Alrighty, welcome to our Minecraft tutorial on how to build an awesome Minecraft roller coaster by Charlie Sussman.
And Dylan Roseman.
And before we get started today, I'm just going to share with you a few Minecraft basics. So, to look at your inventory, which is to gather your things such as tracks, building materials, etc., you press E. To move around the world, W is forward, A is to the left, S is to the right, and D is backwards. And to place a block or a piece of track, you right-click on the mouse, and to remove a piece of track or a block, you left-click on the mouse. Without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to our Minecraft tutorial. Without wasting any time, we're going to get started with how to build a Minecraft roller coaster. First things first, you need to gather some materials in creative mode. I like to build with stone, and then I'm going to head over to the roller coaster tracks, and I'm going to get a powered rail, a decayed rail, and a regular rail used for turns. I'm also going to grab a minecart while I'm at it for testing it once we have a certain part done. I'm also going to go ahead and get a lever. I'll talk about what this does later in the tutorial. So the second step to building an awesome Minecraft roller coaster is getting your base, like you'll see on any typical roller coaster at Six Flags Great America. So I decided to build mine with stone, and it doesn't really matter the height or the width. That can be chosen to your liking. So let's gather our materials. I'm building it with stone, so I'm going to grab that, as well as a gate, and I will show you how that comes into play later in this tutorial. So those are the materials I'm going to use, and we're going to go ahead and start building. So we have now completed the station, and here's what it looks like. As you can see over here, we added an extra track with some out-of-service minecarts like you'd see at any typical roller coaster. And we are going to start laying the activator rail down here because that is where the roller coaster will stop and start. We're going to build, here's where the gates come into play. We're going to build 3 of them, and in between them we'll put a stone wall, and then we will place a minecart by each gate.
Oh, we are now adding pressure plates. These will automatically upon being stepped on. We will add one by each of the 3 gates. This is step number 5. It's optional, but you may want to complete it. You can add signs like this one, like says roller coaster ahead, or this one says please go to gate number 3.
So in this part, I'm going to just show you how to lay a basic track. So as you can see, here's the finished station. We're just going to check and ensure that all of our materials are down on the toolbar. We have all 3 of our rails, a minecart, a lever, which I'll talk about later, and our stone, which we're building with. So let's go ahead and get to it. So as you can see, here's 2 different types of rails. As you can see, there's one straightaway, and for this you can use powered. But keep in mind, power cannot turn. And I'll show you how to make a turn here in just a few seconds. So that is a straightaway using power, and this is how you're going to have to make a turn. You could still use power, but upon making a turn, you need to use the regular rail and curve it the way you want. Now, turns are very sharp. This is the only way you can make turns, I believe, with the tracks. We're now going to start laying our track out of the station. Now remember, I am using this rail because I can press W and make the cart go, and if I let go, it'll stop. Now, please keep in mind that you cannot turn using this rail, so you're actually going to have to go back and use the regular rail to complete your turn, as shown right now. We're now going to start building our first uphill. To do so, you want to get the material that you want to build the uphill with. For me, I'm going to be using stone, so we're going to go ahead and switch over. And it's basically a 1-1 structure, so there's our base. Started right there, so what I'm going to do is basically build 1 out, 1 up. So 1 out, 1 up, 1 out, 1 up, and continuing that process.
After you're done placing your uphill blocks, you can place the red rail, which will run the coaster cart at the appropriate uphill speed. Keeping in mind you have to press W to make it run on these tracks.
Alright, we're now going to start with our first downhill. So what you're going to want to do is, again, get the block that you're building with. Again, I'm using stone, so we switched over. And it's a 1-1 structure, so the same thing as the way up. So it's 1 down, 1 out, 1 down, 1 out, 1 down, 1 out. And you keep repeating the same process.
Okay, now land track on the hill. Keep heading down and right, clicking on the block. Then we will power it. To press it, you have to click E to access the inventory. Search and far a level, then we'll go double right click on the sign on the block. You'll know when your track is powered on if it's turned red.
Here's a little look of what we've done so far using the block, the powered rail, and the levers to accomplish this.
We are now starting our first downhill. It's the same as any other Minecraft hill. One down over one structure as shown.
Okay, so this step is optional, but it does make your roller coaster look pretty cool. It's like a little staircase next to the track. So you're going to go to inventory like you did for a little while ago. Search up steps and find these. You could use whatever steps you want and right click to place them next to the track.
We are now going to send it on you on your final ride. Enjoy.